Hi, this is Team K3013. My name is Kwaishwet.
And my name is Harsimran.
So our product is GridGate. Well, if you live in Ontario and want rooftop solar, your utility makes you pay $1,695 just to find out if you are allowed to install it. So that's the problem. GridGate solves Theme 1, Challenge Set 1, DER integration and grid capacity. Every solar battery or EV project over 10 kilowatts in Ontario needs a connection impact assessment from Electra. $1,695 for a residential and $9,040 for utility scale. And those are non-refundable. And if you think of changing the design, look at the bottom of table. There are another thousand something dollars. The Ontario Energy Board did launch the centralized capacity information map this January. For the first time, feeder hosting data is public, but CCIM shows you the cap. It can't tell you whether your specific stack at your address fits under that cap. Applicants are paying $1,695 to ask a question that should cost zero. We built the answer.
And that is GridGate. So now, why now? Well, there are three forces and there's just one wedge. First, demand is doubling. IESO projects a 26 times jump in EV electricity demand by 2050, and the capital is flowing. Ontario's Save on Energy program just opened a 1.8 billion budget for solar and batteries, and the data just went public. OEB CCIM January 2026. What's missing is a decision layer, something that sits between the public data and the paid review, and that is us, GridGate.
So now coming on to the demo part. This is our website. This is our homepage. Running a pre-screen. We have four personas: homeowners, installer, property developer, and utility engineer. So let's say I am a homeowner and I want to check in at my address, that is Brampton City Hall near. So for example, I need nearly 250 kilowatts and something like 100 batteries and 50 EVs, 90 EVs. So when we click run, so it just take 1 second. The engine pulls the nearest real Electra feeder from OEB CCIM real data, takes it published capacity, runs a Lindesk flow simulation. That is real. And here you can see that it got rejected. 390 kilowatt exceeds 148. That is a cap. Binding constraint, voltage sag, the EV would pull the local line too low. Well, the pill is the product. The application just didn't wasted $1,695 on just a CIA guaranteed to fail. Well, here are some insights. Your 390 kilowatts project is too big for this address by 242, as we discussed earlier. So here there is also a suggestion. We can reduce to 133 kilowatt and get you approved. So we are the grid kit for this. So when we click for full report, it's the same data depth view. So voltage profile chart is given by this line and sensitive table with 7 scenarios rerun. AI chatbot at right is properly on Gemini, grounded in this exact verdict. No generic answers. So coming on to the pricing page, we have zero for just ones like a homeowner, pro for installers, and custom for sales. So now why you can trust the numbers? You just saw them. Coming on to the next slide.
Now, tech part. Three pieces of real. First one, real data. OEB CCIM ArcGIS feature server, which is live, public, and quarterly refreshed. Then real physics. Link this flow from the 1918 Baron Wu paper, cross-validated to 0.31% relative error against Panda Power, the industry standard AC solver. Triple validation, our engine, a backward forward sweep ground truth, and Panda Powder. All agree. And then real AI, Gemini grounded in the verdict JSON and no generic answers. Now talking about the business impact of GridGate. It is free for homeowners, $49 per screen for installers, custom for utilities. 60 plus Ontario distribution companies submit a CCIM. Multiply by Electra's million customers across all of them. And the Ontario CIM market alone is $15 million a year. Same engine works for California, New York, Hawaii. They publish the same data sheet. Now you can see the roadmap. Full Brampton in Q3, all of Electra in Q4, utility partnership pilot in Q1. The ask one Electra data partnership and seed capital to ingest every CCIM utility in the country. The CIA tells you no after you pay. GridGate tells you no for free in 5 seconds. The code and slides are linked below. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. That's just from your side.